You ever seen someone give up their home, their kids, their dignity, even their life? For a high? They sell everything, lose everything, and they still go back for more. Fentanyl must be amazing, right? But here's the kicker, it's not. Not even close. Fentanyl is garbage heroin. Worse in every way. Except one. It's perfect for dealers. Why would anyone destroy their life for a drug that barely lasts minutes? What does it feel like? Why are people still dying for it? Especially when they never even chose to take it in the first place. Let's rewind for a second. Right now, across towns in Ohio, alleyways in Philly, suburbs of Denver, people are overdosing on a drug they didn't ask for. Pills bought on Snapchat, powder handed out at college parties, all laced with one thing: fentanyl. This isn't just about addiction anymore. This is a national trap, and many never see it coming. And here's the terrifying part. Most of the people it kills aren't even opioid addicts. They just wanted to get high at a party. They just wanted relief after surgery. They trusted the pill, the friend, the dealer. Now, they're a statistic. So why is fentanyl everywhere? Why is it showing up in cocaine, fake Xanax, even marijuana edibles? Why is this the drug turning America's streets into minefields? If you're between 18 and 45, living anywhere from Los Angeles to New York City, you need to know this. Because the person overdosing next could be your friend, your coworker, your sibling, or you. Don't scroll away. Because in the next few minutes, we're going to break down what fentanyl does to your brain, your body, and your soul. We'll show you why it's the dumbest drug to die for, and why dealers love it more than users ever could. You may think you're safe because you'd never touch the hard stuff, but in today's America, you don't have to choose fentanyl for fentanyl to choose you. Stay with us. Pain and pleasure. Two ancient forces. Two voices that have guided every creature long before we ever built cities or wrote laws. Pain screams, stop. This will hurt you. Pleasure whispers, more. Do that again. And between those two, your entire life plays out. A burn on your skin, a heartbreak, the sting of rejection. Pain is survival, it keeps you away from danger. But pleasure, that's what makes life worth it. A warm hug, sweet food, laughter with friends. Falling in love, we crave it. We chase it. And here's the twist, sometimes nature links them. Like after childbirth, when a flood of happy hormones helps a mother bond with her baby despite the pain. Or during a brutal hunt, when exhaustion and injury are drowned out by focus, adrenaline, even joy. To do that, your brain uses something extraordinary: the opioid system. Tucked deep in your nervous system are tiny keyholes, opioid receptors wired to control how you feel pain and pleasure. When activated, they don't just block pain, they make you feel good, calm, safe, loved. And your body has its own gentle keys. Endorphins. Natural, precise, and beautifully balanced. Laughing releases them, hugging a friend, crying through pain and feeling relief. Just enough to help, never too much. But then, humans found a shortcut. We discovered that plants like the poppy could make molecules that fit those same locks. Not just fit them, but kick the door open. Morphine, oxycodone, Vicodin, and the nuclear bomb of pleasure, heroin. For thousands of years, we've used these substances for healing, yes, but also for escape. They didn't just dull the pain. They made people feel euphoric, invincible, divine. And that's where the danger begins. Imagine this. You close your eyes, the needle slips in, and in seconds, reality shatters. Your body floods with warmth. Your bones melt. Your breath slows to a perfect rhythm. Every nerve in your body is singing. The pain, gone. The stress, forgotten. The ache of life, erased like it never existed. That coffee you sip, now divine nectar. Your favorite song, a celestial symphony. A simple touch feels like the universe loving you back. For a few glorious hours, you're not a person anymore. Your peace, your joy, your everything you've ever wanted to feel. This is what heroin does. It hijacks every opioid receptor in your body, flips every switch, breaks every safety lock, and opens the floodgates of happiness so wide that nothing else in your life will ever compare. You're not just numb to pain. You're freed from it. Like dimming the lights in a cozy room, your brain tucks itself under a soft blanket of silence. No worries, no hunger, no heartbreak. Just bliss, rippling through every cell in your body like waves on a quiet lake. Even your organs slow down. Your gut relaxes, your breath floats, your heart hums. You are no longer in the world, you're above it. And then it fades. But here's the cruel truth. That first high, that perfect moment, you will never feel it again. Your brain's reward system, the very circuitry built to help you survive, just got fried, overloaded, burned out. It assumes, logically, that anything feeling this good must be essential to your survival. So it chases it, obsessively. But the receptors that lit up like stars now flicker. And the more you try to recreate that feeling, the further it slips away. You've touched heaven once, and now you'll spend the rest of your life trying to get back to a place your brain will never let you reach again. What goes up must come down. But this isn't just a crash. It's a freefall into hell. A few doses in, and your brain is already changing. Those pleasure circuits? They're no longer relaxed, they're overworked, hyperactive, angry. To get the same feeling again, you need more. A little more, then a lot more. And soon, you're not chasing euphoria anymore. You're just trying to feel normal, to stop the shaking, the aching, the screaming inside your body. You miss a dose, just one, and suddenly, your body becomes your enemy. It starts small, a gnawing anxiety, a tight chest, a creeping restlessness. Then the wave hits. Your legs tremble. Your skin sweats and freezes at the same time. Your muscles twist in knots of pain. Old injuries burn. Old traumas scream. Your heart races like something terrible is about to happen, but nothing's there. You vomit. You cramp. You cry without knowing why. You can't sleep, can't sit still, can't breathe without feeling like the walls are closing in. And worst of all, the craving. It's not a thought. It's a voice inside you, primal and deafening. Make it stop. Make it stop. And it doesn't care about logic, morals, money, or who you hurt. It only cares about one thing, another hit. But that hit doesn't bring peace anymore. It just dulls the torture. For a moment, you're not using to get high, you're using to knot the inside. And the cycle begins. Again, and again, and again. Until the person you were, the dreams, the laughter, the love are all buried beneath a cold mechanical need. Heroin gave you heaven once. But now, every breath feels like punishment for chasing it. Just when you thought it couldn't get worse, fentanyl enters the scene. 50 times more potent than heroin. But does that mean 50 times more pleasure? Number. It means 50 times more danger. Fentanyl doesn't deliver a warm wave of bliss. It doesn't build. It doesn't linger. It hits hard and fast like getting punched in the soul. In seconds, you're high. But in minutes, it's gone. And what's left behind? The craving, the crash, the panic. Because it moves through your brain like lightning. No build up, no beauty, no peace. Just a black hole. A blank space where you used to feel something. And the faster it works, the faster your brain breaks. Fentanyl doesn't just hijack your reward system, it fries it. You build tolerance quicker, you crash harder. You need more and more just to feel less and less. But here's the nightmare. You only need a speck, just a few grains of salt's worth, to overdose and die. It's so potent that even trained professionals struggle to dose it safely. Now imagine it showing up in counterfeit pills, in street drugs, in a line you didn't test, in a pill you thought was Xanax. That's why fentanyl isn't just worse than heroin. It's the deadliest illegal drug in American history. Between 2013 and 2023, it took the lives of over 400,000 Americans. Not because it feels better, not because people wanted it, but because it's cheap, easy to smuggle. And because dealers love it more than anyone else ever could. Let's be clear, fentanyl was never meant for you. It wasn't made to heal. It wasn't made to feel good. It was made for profit. One truckload of fentanyl can supply the entire United States for a year. No poppy fields, no harvest season, no bulky cargo. Just chemistry, compact and deadly. For dealers, it's a dream. For everyone else, a nightmare. They mix it into everything. Fake Xanax, Adderall, cocaine, Avovate gummies. Why? Because it hooks people faster than any other drug. Even if users don't know they're taking it, their brain does. You might think you're popping a chill pill or taking a hit at a party. But inside that capsule, there's a grain too many and your heart stops. Here's the horror. Most people who died from fentanyl didn't want fentanyl. They didn't even know. It was laced into something else. A trap set by someone who never planned to catch them just to keep them coming back. Or not come back at all. In 2022 alone, nearly 1 in 5 fentanyl deaths were linked to counterfeit pills. In 2023, US authorities seized 115 million fake pills laced with fentanyl. 70% contained a lethal dose. Let that sink in. 7 out of 10. Deadly by design. And the landmine isn't just opioids anymore. Half of all fentanyl overdoses now involve stimulants, meth, cocaine, party drugs. That means no one's safe. Fentanyl has turned the entire American street drug market into a minefield, and you won't know you stepped on one until your body collapses. Let's not sugarcoat this. Fentanyl has zero upside outside of a hospital. It's not a thrill, it's not a cure, it's not your escape. It's a trap, shiny on the outside, deadly at its core. If you're a user, it'll chain you down with cravings you can't outrun. If you're not a user, it can still kill you. One wrong pill, one night out, one moment of trust gone. Opioids were always fire, but fentanyl is the furnace. It burns hotter, faster, and it doesn't care who you are. Rich, poor, curious, couches, it makes no distinction. So if you ever stand at the edge of that high, tempted by the whisper of relief, remember this: that supernova of pleasure comes with a cost. And more often than not, it explodes into a supernova of pain. So how did we get here? How did a substance as deadly as fentanyl flood an entire nation? How did thousands of people end up dying from drugs they never meant to take? The answer isn't just in the chemistry. It's in the information. Or more precisely, the lack of it. That's why we believe tools like ground news matter more than ever. In a world where headlines compete for outrage and truth gets lost in the scroll, ground news puts it all in one place. Every angle, every bias, every side, so you can see the full picture. Take the recent debate in the US about harsher penalties for fentanyl smugglers. Fewer than 75 news outlets worldwide covered it. But the ones that did told very different stories. Some warned it would repeat the failures of the 1972nd war on drugs. Others praised it as a bold step toward ending the crisis. And only a few asked the real question: is punishing smugglers enough when demand is rooted deep in suffering? That kind of insight only comes when you break out of your bubble. When you question what you hear, challenge your assumptions, and think critically not just about drugs, but about policy, media, and your own choices. Because fentanyl isn't just a chemical crisis, it's a narrative crisis. And if we want to survive it, we need to stop being passive consumers and start being active thinkers. So go to ground.news kin or scan the QR code. It's not just a discount. It's a tool to protect yourself from manipulation, misinformation, and mind traps that can be just as dangerous as any drug. You can't fight what you don't understand. But when you see the whole picture, you get your power back. If this video opened your eyes even just a little, hit that like button, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe for more deep dives that don't just inform, but make you think. One click could save a mind, maybe even a life. This is In a Mind Nut, where the truth hits hard and the thinking goes deep.